there's a lot stronger feeling if they don't particularly want OA, particularly the fans who are already really into verticals, because what they like is they come for the stories but then fall in love with the community and the actors and the actresses.
Yes.
And they're like, we want
And
to
the
see
heart
those.
of it.
We
Yeah.
want to see the real people. We want to see the emotions. We want to connect. There's no AI that can do that.
Yes. Okay, so I'm fangirling right now because I'm here with Jennifer Cooper from Vertical Drama Love, and that you were the first time I ever saw a real review about my vertical work, which was so wild. And then all the way now to you had an entire in-person awards based on an idea you started last year. So give me what your final thoughts after the chaos of last night. Give me your final recap and thoughts on how you're feeling, seeing everything.
It's surreal and it's very vertical. I think this is the whole thing.
Very vertical.
Because like last year when I came up with the awards, I mean, I'd only been reviewing for about a month or two, but I'd spoken to all these people who were like, okay, these people are like working really hard and like doing these things really fast. There should be some awards. Are there any awards? And kind of looked and there wasn't anything. I was like, I could do awards, which is how I do everything. I was like, yeah, I have ADHD, so it's kind of really helpful. You just go, yeah, I'll do that. It'll be fine. Yeah. And you don't think it through. And then I always announce these things on the internet as the kind of accountability partner.
And it makes you actually finish it.
And
that goes back to the ADHD part of finishing a task.
And it's like when I've announced to like a small part of the internet, this better happen. So yeah, but it was all very much just fan powered. It was always going to be, you know, I shouldn't be deciding what these awards are because obviously I haven't watched all the verticals for a start.
You've seen a lot of them.
But I can't watch them all. So I was like, okay, who should make this out? It should be the fans. So I was like, okay, send in your nominations. You know, we had some nominations and then I put it out to vote last year. But then the exciting thing was you guys all took it up and got really excited. And that's why it took off, because Nicole sent this beautiful video of herself with Logan because they were filming at the same time.
It was our first time working together.
And they did like a little video about, hey, go and, you know, vote for whatever your favourite was. And that was always the really cool thing. So like everyone who was sharing it, it was never really vote for me. It was always just like vote for your favourite.
Just vote,
which sums up the whole community. And yeah, so it just really took off last year. But it was all on that. I mean, it was me basically doing it from my house on my kitchen table. You know, I ordered the awards. I sent the awards to
Were
people.
you just like combing through all of the nominations and by yourself?
So I did all that by myself last year.
That is so impressive.
It killed my laptop.
What?
My laptop, may it rest in peace.
Oh.
And it like the spreadsheet, because when we got the votes last year, we got like 16,000 votes from around the world. And like it couldn't cope with spreadsheets. So the laptop was like,
I can't do it.
I'm done. It was like metaphorical smoke was coming out of it.
Yep.
But yeah, so it was good. But it was
beginning.
fine. And it, you know, there's a really, we're going to call it charming YouTube video of my like incredibly amateur editing.
I'm announcing everything.
I thought it would just be like fans, and then suddenly there were like sensible people watching it, and you're like, this is a film industry with me who's taught myself editing 5 minutes ago off another YouTube video. But it's out there and it's kind of charming.
But it was the first award. It was the first ever anything.
Excited, and I can remember like people were sending me like a live that Eric and Jeff had done, and they were talking about it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, people got excited about it. And I think it was like because of how the industry had been, there hadn't really been that recognition.
Not at all.
And people were saying to me, they were just on set, so did you know someone's doing awards? Someone like cares about us? Which I think was the thing.
Exactly. The thing is, not only did people just not care, it was they almost looked down upon to do verticals for a while. Like it was people were like, oh, that's nothing. That's actually shameful to do. So to have you come in and say, no, people like watching this, and there's real talent here, and there's real abilities in every department and everything.
100%.
It was a game changer, and it made so many of us, like actors, creatives, crew, everybody, just feel seen. Yeah. So it was really special that you did that in any way.
And then, yeah, it's just grown. So I was always like, I'll do them again because that was really fun.
Yeah.
And I'll do it online and it'll be fine. And I'll just work it out. And, you know, it was a bit easier because I thought, well, people are more aware now. So it might be easier to get videos from people of, oh, I won.
Yes.
So I started it. And then I had talked to people about, okay, what would fans like to see?
Yeah.
And one of the things that really came back was like, people would love to see people finding out that they're nominated. So I was like, okay, I'm going to like go to LA. And I'm going to try and meet a few people. And I did videos of like people nominated. But because I was in LA, I had a meeting with someone called Amy Sullivan.
Oh, we love Amy. Shout out Amy.
Who, why don't you do it in person? I was like, well, yes, that's lovely, but it's me. And I live in England. And
it's very hard to coordinate.
You're all mainly in LA. You're all going to come to England. And then she's like, we'll help you. So I suddenly had a load of amazing people come on board. And then it's snowballed since then as well. So they had the belief, and then like as they started talking, more and more people came in. So like Tina from Aries Talent and Paul Ruddy Casting, and then just more and more and more, and Zach Barnett Studios, and it's just grown. And then Verticast, and it's just like endless sponsors. And like even at the last minute last night, we had yet another sponsor who was like, "We want to be included." So and Halogen Cinema as well.
Halogen's incredible.
They
Yes.
do a lot with Real Short.
Yes.
But it's huge. It's just snowballed. And I think it was the timing's right because of the way the verticals have grown and the attention the space is getting now. Because it's changed since I've been involved. Because when
Since
I
even
was
a year
involved,
ago, yeah.
like I basically really it was about January 25. Again with the press, there was nothing, and I worked really hard to get press for verticals. I was like, people should be talking about this. This is growth.
Some verticals have very positive impacts. Some verticals have very negative impacts. One of which is How to Tame a Silver Fox. I know has gotten a lot of backlash on some of the content in it, but it was up for a lot of awards. So what do you think the correlation there is of like some people don't like some of the content in there, but some people voted for it, and how do you think that goes
So the
together?
thing that we forget is that the vertical audience is global.
Yes.
So what you have to remember is that you are coming with your own cultural sensibilities. So that's the first thing, because I'm very aware that I am a Western European liberal woman who probably leans towards the left politically.
Yes.
So I will have a certain
You come in with
view
your biases.
of what I like and don't like. But that doesn't mean that I'm right. It might be my view.
Yeah.
People are going to watch all sorts of things. So How to Tame a Silver Fox, I think makes sense of why it did so well, because it was stellar casting. And also that is a story that is incredibly popular in romance books. The age
gap, yeah.
And no one had really done that. And it's like, it's huge in romance. It makes sense.
Yes.
Now, I personally like most of it. I have a real issue with one of the lines in, because it is just a line and it's something about a hand going around an egg. And I find that really objectionable because I have strong feelings about that. However, it is one line. For me, I have a certain issue with it, so it jumps out and really makes me think. But it is one line. It never really happens. You don't see anything.
Yes.
So that's the difference. And I think for a lot of people, it's just, if something's a trigger for you, it will go. A lot of people probably didn't even notice that because they were focused on
other things,
abs and the romance and things like
and
that.
And acting. Their acting is incredible in that one,
so
too.
So that's the kind of thing of you have to realise we're all coming from different places. And what people want to watch is really different. So yeah, there's going to be some of us, probably more in the West, probably more in Europe. Europe tends to be more like, we don't like that. But then also, it's absolutely huge in places like Indonesia and in, the Philippines and China. And it doesn't mean that anyone's right or wrong. It's really easy to get a bit too imposing your beliefs and values. Now, the key thing is obviously you need to make sure that these are filmed safely. But this is one of the great things about verticals. The verticals have actually led the way quite a lot with like always having intimacy
coordinators. Yes.
And if you have an amazing intimacy coordinator, and I hope I can talk about her, like someone like Olivia Koo.
Olivia Koo, yes.
Who is iconic.
Yes.
And actually has done more verticals than I think anyone else.
Yeah.
When she does her numbers, she's like, well, I've done 550 gazillion.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
When you have someone like that and it's well done, it's fine. And I think this is where it comes back to possibly why vertical's doing well and Hollywood's struggling. And something that I think is out there is that people feel lectured.
Interesting.
Because Hollywood has gone quite, you need to feel this. And it's really difficult because I'm liberal, but it's like, I think they get a bit too do-goody.
Yeah.
Like, this is this, and you need to feel this. And people don't want to be, particularly by celebrities anymore. They don't want a celebrity telling them what to do.
Or how to think or how to feel.
I'm going to go there, but I know there was a big thing. Like there's some stuff in Hawaii, wasn't it? And there was like this big appeal of like Oprah and The Rock going, like, you all need to donate. And like, they did donate, but like the percentage of what they donated was minuscule. But
compared to what it would
you've got to donate. And I know that there was a bit of a like real like, can you stop telling us what to do?
It's also, we're not in the same boat as
like,
you are.
Pretty much everyone's struggling.
Yeah.
And I think there's been a bit of rejection of that. And the other thing I think verticals do is people want escapism. So life is really, really hard.
Yes.
And like we all know, you look at the news and go,
woo, scary. Yeah.
And I think particularly possibly even more for my generation, like if you're raising kids in this world, like the deal is supposed to be that their life is better than yours.
Yeah.
And again, for like grandparents, like each generation, that's been kind of the pact that we've had.
Make the world better.
It isn't at the moment. It's gone the other way of like, the world does not feel safe. There's all sorts of things to worry about. Like, it's really hard for people to get on the housing market. Endless, how are they going to get jobs? So that's really, really tough.
Scary, yeah.
So it's scary, particularly for, I think, all generations, particularly mine and older. And lots of people are just carrying heavy stuff. You know, they've been through stuff. You know, they've got difficult relationships. You know, a lot of people
Or
have
health
illness,
things,
or
and-
they're
yeah.
caring for people and stuff. And it's like people don't have the capacity in modern day life to sit and then be lectured. So I always give the example of like adolescence and Hamlet. So when I'm younger,
Yes.
I'm like, I know I would have got a lot out of those. I know they're great. I know it's really important stories that need to be told. I cannot watch those, okay? I have friends who have children who've attempted suicide, you know, friends who've lost children. Like, why? That's not, because I know for some people that might be cathartic, but for me it's not.
Yeah.
I just like, I can't go there. Like when I have my limited free time, I want to switch off and be transported and I just don't want to think. And that's where verticals are come in. They provide like a blessed relief.
Yes.
Blessed chance to switch your brain off and just go, no, it's fine. There'll be a billionaire and there'll be a
And
car.
he'll be saved.
And he'll give her all the presents and it will be a private island, but like with this. And it's like, that's kind of what people want. And I also think that's partly where How to Tame a Film. It's like, it's fantasy.
Yes.
It's escapism. Like, now that's not everyone's fantasy,
Right.
but it's a lot of people's fantasy, and that's why it's really popular.
Yeah.
The other reason why I think that one as well is, I was kind of saying it, it's like you have like an entryway vertical, which sounds a bit like a drug, but it kind of is.
And
You-
I mean,
you get
vertical. Yeah,
addicted.
you do.
And that was a lot of people's entryway because it went viral, and obviously it was on TikTok. People were like, what's this? And like went and watched it and fell in love with them and then found all the other things. And that vertical normally holds a special place in your heart.
Yes.
So for instance, Nicole had that with Breaking the Ice. That was a lot
crazy.
of people's. And people still tell me, they're like, I rewatch that. That's like my comfort watch. I'll go back if I'm having a bad
Yeah.
day. I had my first one was You Belong With Me,
With Eric.
which is really annoying because Eric knows that. And it's like, oh, I wish I'd watched something else.
He's gonna walk you like, oh hi.
Yeah,
I
no,
know.
he is. He's like, it's very nice. But no,
He's
it
the
was
sweetest
the first
boy.
one. But yeah, it was. I found it the same way everyone else does. It was a social media ad. But I'd been watching Korean and Japanese and Chinese dramas for a while. I found them through Netflix. And I was
Oh.
like, these are great romances. Like, why isn't anyone doing anything like this in the West?
And then
So
verticals.
then that popped up on my TikTok, and I was like, oh, I kind of recognise
Here
the
it
story,
is.
the tropes,
Yeah.
but someone's finally doing it in the West. But yeah, and then I was just like, oh my goodness, there's like loads of these movies that are made for me.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to find romance to watch, and it had been
There
know, I was
hasn't
like,
been good like romance
no.
movies in a while.
like rom-coms aren't really made anymore. So
No.
many like TV series. So I always think like Virgin River and Bridgerton are similar audience.
Yes.
But then you're waiting 2 years for the next one. And
Instead
you're
of
like,
you're getting one every
there were
week.
10 episodes, and
Every
now
day.
I'm done, and I want to watch something now. I'm not waiting
Yeah.
2 years.
I want to binge. I want to binge
I
my
kind of
shows.
had overdosed on Hallmark. I can't watch any more Christmas tree lighting ceremonies.
Yeah.
I'll come back to why I think
It's-
verticals are taking over from Hallmark in a moment. And yeah, I mean, like Prime and Netflix will occasionally bring out a romantic movie, but
Yeah.
it would be like one a month if you were lucky. So I can remember when I went on to Real Short, and at that time it's like there's 2 new things a week. That's a lot.
Can you? And now it's every day.
It was a really big deal when Real Short went up to 3 new shows a week. I was like, oh.
Oh, I'm sat. I'm
And
ready.
yeah, I can remember, I think June or July 24, I had watched everything on Real Short. Like I'd done Real Short.
Yeah. And
Which
now
you
can't
can't
keep
even
up.
imagine. And obviously it's crazy now.
Yeah.
And I had to have that moment, which I'd had with books because I used to be a huge reader. If you're a fan of someone, like for instance, obviously most people are a fan of Nicole Mattox.
So sweet. I wouldn't say most people.
Obviously, I want, all people, sorry. Sorry, all people, everyone. But if obviously, we want Nicole to have the movie career. But, when that happens, Nicole might have 1 or 2 projects a year.
Oh, I will be in these verticals as long as I possibly can.
Verticals, Nicole can have 2 or 3 projects out a month.
Yes.
And that's the amazing thing. So like once you're into it, like I can watch loads of this person rather than little breadcrumbs coming.
Yeah, which is also as an actor is really amazing because, and I think about this all the time, I love being on set. I love what I do. I love working. And imagining having like a year off of work, that's miserable. What am I going to do with myself? I love being on set and working so much. So it's really cool to hear that the fans also enjoy seeing the content coming out.
I think so.
At
And I
that
think
high volume.
that's why it's so exciting.
Yeah.
It's kind of a more intense fantasy fulfillment, which I think is just needed because a lot of people feel really powerless, like they can't change stuff, but Verticals kind of gets them through. It is really inspiring, I think. And if you go and watch the award ceremony, at the beginning, there's like a little segment that we put where we had fans around the world kind of talking about what it meant to them. And there's some really
made
moving
me cry.
There's some really moving words there from people just about, no, it makes me feel that things I felt were impossible are doable. I find it inspiring. It allows me to kind of express emotions that I can't articulate.
And you get to watch
yeah.
it. It's the most incredible thing. It's really cool to hear people talk about how it's affected their lives.
Yeah.
What do you think the fans are craving? Like, what are the things that, because you speak to the most amount of people, I feel like.
Yeah.
So like, what are the things that fans want more of or love the most that is still happening? Or like, what are the things that people want, you think?
I want to talk about Waterboy.
Waterboy is so good.
So if people don't know, Waterboy not only won Best LGBTQI plus vertical, because we have a genre, but it also won Vertical of the Year. And please do go and it feels like a terrible shameless plug for my YouTube. Go to my YouTube, like and subscribe.
I can plug for the YouTube. Go comment, like, subscribe, share.
There's also interviews with this beautiful woman.
I'm there.
But go and watch what the people who made Waterboy, which is obviously people from Real Short and the cast and the director say, because it's really, really emotional, moving, and you can see what it means to people.
Yes.
So yeah, I just want to talk more about Waterboy because obviously we all know heated rivalries.
Yep.
Went really well.
Popped off.
And there was all these think pieces in the UK press about why is this done so well? We don't understand. And you're like, it's verticals, people. Like it's obvious. Anyone here is like, right, okay, it's hot men. It's hot men taking their clothes off. It's hot men being vulnerable about their emotions. It's like there's a proper relationship. It's steamy. It's ice hockey. We all know ice hockey.
We know it does
works.
well.
And it's boy love. Boy love is huge in verticals.
Yes.
So it was really obvious. And I think that's something that actually verticals have really championed. So I've kind of talked to people from like the queer community and they were like, yeah, this was before heated rivalries. It's like, it's really, stuff is not happening. It's getting decommissioned. Like things are getting cut. We're not really being seen. And people have also talked about the fact that, I'm just saying, this is just what people told me. I'm not personally qualified, but that often, the queer experience is often just like, overcoming trauma and difficult stories. And like, yes, that needs to be told, but there's also positive and happy experiences.
It's also a relationship and love. Yeah.
And the fact that particularly, a lot of apps, but, Real Short have really taken to it now. I mean, Prince's First Love was huge here. Obviously, Pool Boy was huge, but, Waterboy's gone to another level.
Yep.
But people want those, fans want those, and no one else is making them. And it's really, really moving. And it's kind of made stars out of like the actors in it.
Yes.
And people know like Sky Kawai and Declan Clifford, and they're amazing. And then they build this amazing rapport with the fans and they put out loads of extra content and everyone feels part of a community. So, and people are craving more and more of those stories. So that's a big one. But I mean, just all sorts. I think people want the traditional, people want more rom-coms. People want like the musical verticals. So I'm going to do more music. Winner.
Yeah, best original. That's crazy. Never in my life would I thought I'd win that.
People want dance. I know there's kind of a real push in the industry of like they'd like to widen the audience out beyond me of romance and sort of bring people in. And people will work out how to do it. It's trial and error.
Absolutely.
And I think that's the cool thing about verticals, that sometimes it's quite hard. I know that like for all the filmmakers, Real Short do this, and there's a lot of amazing people at the awards last night. They have to really push and like really like, no, this is a passion project I believe in. I'm going to push and see if it works.
Yeah.
But then if it does, if it does and it reaches an audience, verticals aren't proud. So like everyone's like, that works, we'll make it. And then you get loads of that. So it's kind of those amazing people trying to push your products through. And then it depends on the fans, obviously. I mean, who knows what goes viral? It's really hard to tell.
It's very in the mood, like you said.
And sometimes some of the stuff that goes viral is not great. I'm going to be honest. But people are watching it. And I think you have to analyse it and just go, okay, you've got to understand.
People are clicking on it for some reason.
People are clicking it and but then people also click on wonderful things too. So can I go to AI as well?
Yeah, please, let's talk about
AI. To AI? Right.
Let's get into it.
So I know for a starter, a thing fans really would like would be things to be clearly labelled, whether they're AI or not.
Interesting. That makes sense.
Because what happens with quite a lot of the apps is it may be made with, wonderful humans, but the posters are often put through AI. So like the image or whatever you're clicking on, which is, to the point, some of these I've spoken with like creators' parents who don't recognize their own child.
I've seen my own picture out where I'm like,
been AI'd out of them. But the problem with that is when you now have all AI content coming out, you don't know until you go into it. And even then, some people are finding it hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just people always have great vision. I can't see. I can spot it, but not everyone can. So people really want it just to be labelled so that they can make a conscious choice.
Yes.
And I think that's all it needs to be. Just give people the choice, because there are really, really strong emotions around AI. So am I right to dig into them?
Absolutely.
So, obviously, something has happened that's kind of accelerated really fast this year. And anyone watching verticals will see in a lot of the apps, there is a huge increase in the amount of AI generated content. So just all AI stories. And it's really emotive, because the reason I got excited about verticals, and I think Nicole touched on it a bit, was like, this is creating jobs.
Yes.
Because, anyone you talk to about Hollywood is like, it's really hard to get films made. It's really hard to get TV. The industry struggled. We had strikes and we had COVID and all this.
Yes.
And it's like verticals got people back to work. So that was something one of the award winners last night said, was like, we remortgaged our house. We got all these people back to work because we made a vertical.
Yeah.
And that's really exciting. That's what people want, isn't it? People want to be able to do the craft, but also, to be honest, more importantly, you quite like to pay your rent.
Yeah, to survive. It'd be really nice.
It's like it's a bonus that you're doing the art, but
Yes.
you want to be able to make rent. So that's why I got so excited of to find something in this world that's in growth as an industry is really, really exciting. So obviously the fact that AI is coming in is terrifying for people, because it's like, I'm going to lose my job. And I think particularly even for the fans, the fans will say I've lost my job to AI. So the business I used to run has pretty much been replaced by AI.
Yeah.
So I used to run a business where I had a team of 10 and, we did things like, website builds and courses and marketing and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's like website build now. It's like you
put it into a system.
For the type of client we had, they didn't need anything that complicated. They can just do a template, boom, 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 AI done. Which actually is good for the client, because that's much more affordable, and they don't need this level. They didn't need something more. They really just needed a bookmark
Basic
on the
thing.
internet.
Yeah.
But obviously for me, I'm
losing a job because of it.
done.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that. So I think that's where the fear comes in, and I think it's going to be really tricky to manage it, because there's also people will watch it.
Yeah.
And I think there's different approaches around the world. So I've been told that particularly the Far East, it does really well in India, it does really well in China. And this isn't a judgment on anything. It's just an understanding that audiences have different opinions.
Different
and
needs too.
Things. I think from talking to fans in the West, so again, I'm kind of saying basically North America, I'm kind of including Australia in that, and then Europe.
Yeah.
There's a lot stronger feeling if they don't particularly want AI, particularly the fans who are already really into verticals, because what they like is they come for the stories, but then fall in love with the community and the actors and the actresses.
Yes.
And they're like, we want
And
to
the
see
heart
those.
of it.
We
Yeah.
want to see the real people. We want to see the emotions. We want to connect. There's no AI that can do that.
Yes.
I don't think there's a particular point in using AI to make a vertical that is essentially a billionaire office romance. It's like, why would you?
Yeah.
Put Nicole and Seth in it and do that. That's going to be
That'd
way,
be
way
great.
better,
Just
isn't
watch
it?
people fall in love. Yes.
Exactly. There's no better. I can see that there is a place for AI for doing something really different that you wouldn't be able to do on a vertical set for a vertical budget and a vertical time frame. So, for instance, some big space wars thing, or dystopian future.
Yes.
Or, total fantasy and let's go all out, dragons battling unicorns and, that's
Yeah.
I can see that, and I think that will be a slightly different audience as well, because I could see that potentially bringing in the gaming audience.
Uh-huh. And
So
AI works with gaming too. That does make sense.
And I can see that there is, for some people, AI is actually going to unlock a career, because it's going to enable one person in a room to potentially be a creator.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying all AI is bad. I also know AI is actually kind of crucial in verticals. Just little things, like sometimes not having to reshoot a scene, but you can use AI to just change someone's tie because that hadn't got caught, and they're
Yeah.
the continuity
Or
thing.
background even. I've seen that happen a lot. They
So
add a
that's
crowd.
it's kind of trying to tread the path. If we're not saying all AI is bad, but it's understanding that I think generally in the West, people love the human emotion, and they're aware of the jobs. They want you all to grow and soar and have the thing. There's one final thing, which I'm going to say, I don't know if this will get cut out, which is one of the challenges is with AI is permission.
Oh, yes. Get into it. Yep.
Yeah. So what has happened, and if you follow my Instagram, you'll see I talk about, is obviously this is actors' likeness. This is their image, this is their thing. People haven't their contracts. There have been quite a lot of unfortunate incidents where, despite that, stuff has been put through AI. So there's been I saw a pirated one the other week. Some, producer company made a vertical. Someone had just taken it, put it all through AI and created an AI version of it.
And just shifted the likeness. That's one of my shows that happened to. And just shifted a little bit.
And it's so that's taking Nicole's image without her permission and putting it out there.
And they could make me do whatever.
And it gets really, really tricky because that was obviously, I mean, for the first part, Nicole wasn't paid for that.
Nope.
Nicole ain't getting any money. No one's getting any money from that. You know, it's beyond disrespectful because it's taking her image and using it like that. There have also been kind of even more unfortunate incidents with, you know, people sort of being digitally manipulated into kind of situations they would never have filmed or agreed to, which kind of we are tackling. I don't want to go into depth here, but you're welcome to come to my Instagram. And particularly as fans, if you see stuff like that, I will be setting up something soon. So you will have a forum to report.
That's amazing.
No, we're going to have a forum because it is not on. Okay. I'm going to talk about this. Are you sure? Because this is going deep.
Yeah, let's get into it.
There have been examples of actors' likenesses being taken. This is for ads. So this is for social media ads. They are put into AI. So already no, without their permission, but have then been put in. It's basically been shown essentially having sex or incredibly like either naked or like in underwear, stuff that one was never in the vertical. They never would have
done. Yeah,
and is not done. It's also. This gets put on, this AI bit, onto the front of the ad to grab the attention. And then you'll see a bit of the actual vertical.
It's terrifying to imagine that.
It's terrifying. So one of the powers we have as fans is that fans will spot these. So we are like the eyes and the ears and can report it. And I think this is the thing about the vertical community. Like, we adore all of you.
And we adore you.
and it is like, we want to protect. It's like, it's kind of silly, but it's like it's family. That's why I do a lot of what I do. I mean, I think it's maybe a bit older. I go into Mama Bear and I'm like, look, they're kind of young. And it's like they're already working in a really tough industry. So hard. I mean, I don't think Nicole sleeps. She's just boom, boom, boom. And like, they should not have to put up with this. It's just like, it's wrong. And it makes me really angry, some of the stuff that people have had to go through. It's like, these are amazing people. No one deserves that. And someone just needs to stand up and go, no, that's not on. I'm really sorry. There has to be a little bit of a moral voice.
Yes.
And yeah, I end up being, I never meant to do this myself online. It was supposed to be silly little reviews and me banging on about food. But if you have a platform, you've got to use it. It's like, that's a moral responsibility. I also have 2 teenage daughters, if people don't know. So I've got a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old. I have to look them in the eye. Like, I have to go home and look them in the eye. I have to look myself in the mirror and go, did I do my best? Have I tried to look after people? It's really terrifying, like, when I speak out about stuff. Like, it is terrifying because there's always going to be backlash. There's always
people are going to have their opinions.
You know, I mean, we all know what the internet's like. It's
stay out of those comment sections.
Like, you know, this is what the block button's for. Like, you're allowed to block people, okay? You're allowed to block people and protect your mental peace. Okay, if someone is abusive to you, you block them. If someone sends inappropriate stuff to you, you block them. This is also for actors and actresses. Like, you don't owe people if people treat you like that and they make you uncomfortable and you don't feel safe, you block. Okay.
And that is a hard lesson to learn.
And I don't want any actor and actress thinking, oh, but the fans are all... No, you block. Okay. This is within your rights. Okay. It's really important. So I'm going to get bossy now.
Yes. No, I love that.
Yeah. And I think it's that. But yeah, it's tough, but we all want to protect you and look after you and just like, you deserve the world. Like, because we all know that some of these scripts are
yeah,
and
but that's the fun of it.
We all know that Nicole's got, you know, thrown in a pool and, you know, particularly in the early days, made madness work. And it's like, they deserve to have a good time and they deserve with the awards to be celebrated and known that they are seen and appreciated. And they deserve to be like treated with respect. And I always come back to that. Just a lot of the problems everywhere in the world is because people aren't treated with respect.
Yep.
It's just respect and kindness. It's not that hard, people.
It's not. Just treat everybody with kindness. Everybody's a human being.
When you think it through, if you're sat there going, maybe I shouldn't create an AI sex version of this. That's not great. I wouldn't like it if anyone did to me.
To me, right. It's like, well, then maybe don't do it to somebody else. Exactly. Well, thank you so much for being here. I went a bit deep. Is just, no, I love it. I love it. From where you've become, from the beginning of Verticals to now, what is something you just want to say to the Vertical audience, to Real Short audiences?
Let's say more than one thing.
Yes. What are the...
Let's see it. Okay. First of all, I want to thank Real Short because...
Thank you, Real Short. We love you.
They pioneered this space and they have consistently pushed forward and taken risks.
Yes.
And really led the way. And I think probably should get a lot of credit for just developing this industry for everyone.
Absolutely.
So I think that's really important to say. I also think to remember that everyone is human here at Real Short. I've had some really interesting conversations with the writers. They don't always like some of the stuff they've done. I think that's fair to say. It's really tricky. So this is where to the audience, I would say, don't hate watch stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, because it just adds to the data of things.
Because it's like, I know people who will go, oh, this is awful. And you're like, this happened and this happened. You're like, yeah, but you watched the end, didn't you?
So they're going to keep making it.
So like the fact that you've told me all these awful things happened, it's like, it doesn't matter that you've moaned to me about it being awful. As far as someone looking at the data, it's like, yeah, but you watched the end. So they're like, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
They don't know that you watched it.
Yes, they aren't reading
like,
everything. Yeah.
I know it's obvious, but like, just don't watch it then.
Yeah.
Like that's help. And yeah, I just really hope for all the Real Short writers that they're able to kind of keep trying to develop more hits.
Yes.
Do the fun stuff. I really liked Daughters of Zeus. I'm not going to get the names right.
So good.
I really like, that's so cool
So
to like
good.
suddenly have those production values. And I mean, you know, it's always fine seeing
There's a
Cameron in a
different
little short
story.
skirt
I know.
type thing, isn't it? And, but like there were sword fights.
Yes.
You know, there was like Greek statues, and it was a really clever story as well. The fact that they didn't go down a really well-known Greek myth thing.
Mm-hmm.
But went with like the thwarted wife of hero of Zeus, and she was amazing. And, and like she brought that role, and it made sense. It was like, this is so vertical. But of course she's annoyed because if you know Greek mythology, Zeus is constantly
out and
cheating on
yes
everywhere and having kids everywhere. It made sense of it being vertical. So I think just projects like that, I really admire, kind of because I know that that's often like, you have to really push to get those through.
Yep.
And go, no, I think
and
we're
it's a
going to take
risk.
this risk.
Yeah.
It's a risk. And I really admire that Real Short have never stopped trying to take risks.
Yes.
So, yeah, please.
It's huge. It's
please
huge.
keep taking the risks. And fans, I think it's probably the same with fans as well, actually, which is, you are all amazing and so full of love. Also, just be aware that actors are people.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of love, but sometimes it gets
things.
too much for people. People kind of forget boundaries on the internet. I've seen stuff that actors and actresses have to deal with. It is not appropriate to send nudes.
Yeah. Unsolicited nudes are not
ideal. It is
ideal.
not appropriate to make sexual comments to somebody you've never met. It is not appropriate to go and find personal information about them and try and work out where they live. It is not appropriate to search up their family members on Facebook and approach them. I'm sorry to say this, but this is all stuff that happens and it needs saying. And it is not appropriate to make demands on their time. These are busy people. They don't owe you anything. Now, we're very lucky in this space because everyone is very giving. But they don't owe you anything. And it is not appropriate then if people can't get back to a message to then turn and send threats. And I'm sorry, but that happens a lot. And it is things. It's also not appropriate to do any of those things to me, which has happened quite a lot.
Yes.
So, can we all go back again? Kindness and respect.
And everyone's
carrying a load. Okay.
Yes.
I hope this isn't too personal.
No.
Nicole is a professional. So Nicole will always be bright and sunny. But Nicole is a human being, and Nicole is going to always have, because we all do, stuff going on.
Yes.
Which she's not going to show you because she's a professional on the internet. She is going to be carrying stuff you don't know about. And like all of us, Nicole is going to have a day where she's like, I don't feel great and I don't really want to deal with the world.
And I can't respond to anybody because I have so much
else. And she's overwhelmed.
Absolutely.
Or you know what? She might be working. Or,
she's probably working.
Or, the phone's broken. It's not personal.
Yes.
And I think it's just remembering that these amazing people are human beings and just give them a little bit of space and kindness. But I also, on the flip side, because I feel I'm being a bit grumpy, like, please can we sort that out? Because if all that carries on, it will make actors and actresses retreat more. And then you won't get the interaction.
Yes.
But on the flip side, this space has some of the most giving, caring, loving, generous, warm-hearted people in the world.
Yes.
So Charm, I want to mention.
I love Charm so much.
She was nominated for Fan Creator of the Year.
Yes.
The edits that Charm makes, the work that she puts in, the talent that she has, and the kindness of this woman is amazing. Please go and follow her.
She also sent gifts for me and Seth to the awards, and she couldn't even be there. She sent them from the Philippines. She couldn't even be there. It was
the support that people do in this community.
Most amazing thing.
You might not be aware of this, but have a look on Cameo, because quite a lot of vertical stars on Cameo.
Yes.
It's really common. A lot of fans will know when another fan is struggling and will buy a cameo from their favourite star to record a message, not for them.
For their friend.
For their friend to say, I know so-and-so's struggling, can you record that?
Yes.
And even going back to my awards, who are the first people who came in on my awards and were like, I want to make that happen, fans. So when I initially was talking to people, not naming names, there was a production company who got in touch and I told them, and it wasn't much to sponsor awards, and they were like, that's too much, can you make it less? Meanwhile, I have fans who are like, hold my beer.
Yeah.
I'll sponsor 3. and that's
so
it. So
cool.
I also want to say, just the people and like the messages I've got. So like I'm kind of, my count's grown, but just people who send messages. I mean, I'm just an idiot from England who bangs on about verticals and food, but the messages I get of like people going like, thank you, or well done, or you did really good with the awards, or I like your speech, or like you really inspired me, or just like people who even like, I have a few lovely people who just like send me memes.
And we wanted to hear all of it, but thank you so much, Jennifer Cooper, everybody. I mean, this was incredible.
And
I am here too.
And if you didn't know, this is now Vertical Female Legend of the Year 2025.
Which is crazy. I was shaking. If you
So
see me on there,
deserved.
we'll see.
So deserved.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you.